So my band didn't make it tonight, so I'm just gonna fly solo here. Nice job, guys. So I built a Jenga set, a dangerously large Jenga set. Jenga itself is not normally a dangerous game. It's actually a game that was invented in the 70s, a game of skill sold by Parker Brothers. You have this stack of blocks. What you're trying to do is take blocks and move them up to the top and keep doing this back and forth with a friend and get the tower as high as you can go. Now, you win the game if on your opponent's turn the tower falls down. Those guys so high they can't do anything with those blocks. The game starts with 54 pieces. That's about 18 levels. You can get to something like twice that height before the tower's going to fall down. There is advanced gameplay. Destabilizing the tower is a common tactic, as well as stabilizing the tower back when it's your turn. And then really good people can do this three-step squeeze and remove seemingly impossible blocks. Now, giant Jenga is basically Jenga. It's just much, much bigger. So it starts at about 5 feet in height, something like 6 times the size, 250, 300 pounds. Intended for adults only. I've only played it in my backyard. I have been asked why did I build this. Jenga is a game that most people know and love, and everyone knows how to play right away, so it's great for barbecues. It really didn't cost that much money to make, and it also stacks nicely, so you can put it in your shed. So I spent about 75 bucks on this set, and I figured that was worth explaining. It took actually about a day, and can be done in these 3 steps. So I'll tell you how I made this Jenga set. The starting material is actually 6x4s, really, really big 6x4s. You can buy them at the home improvement store. They also have saws there, so if you're worried about how you're going to cut it, they'll cut it for you. You just have to give them the right size. Once you have those chunks, those are your blocks, and you can put them in the trunk of your car and drive them home. 75 bucks. You should sand those blocks too. 60 grit sandpaper makes them feel like a Jenga block. It takes off splinters, gets rid of sticky stuff and sap. It also cleans up the blocks, making them look just like Jenga blocks. The last step would be leveling your stack. So if you want to get it really high, it has to be level. I used a piece of plywood for the base and some shims underneath to get it level. You need a level 2, or if you have an iPhone, there is an app for that. So here we go. Here's what it looked like. I chose to go with 16 instead of 18 levels. That's because it starts at about 5 feet high. With 18, it was about 6 feet, and 5 feet seemed more practical. Here's my friend Dave. He was the master barbecue chef, but he's also a normal-sized guy. That's how big the tower is. You definitely need 2 hands if you're going to play this game. And we did, normally Jenga is one-handed, so we allowed 2 hands for giant Jenga. Beta testing was, of course, done with family extensively. There were 2 rules my brother and cousin established. One is a safety radius is always necessary, like 10 feet. And also you need a step ladder, otherwise you just can't stack the blocks. So a coworker, Sandy here, is about a foot shorter than I am, and I thought I would destroy her at Danger Jenga. But not so. With the ladder, she was able to stack those blocks high and keep the tower very straight, so straight and high that I couldn't even play with her. So these advanced tactics came out in Danger Jenga too, which was really cool. So destabilizing was something some people would do very early in the game, and it would make the tower really tipsy and just generally make the game much more fun. After we started to destabilize, we realized there needed to be a few house rules. One is you can't take a block off the first 2 levels. If you do so, you're kind of looking down, and the tower wobbles, and you're not sure when it's time to play and it's time to run. So. And no blocks off the bottom levels. Adjusting came into play as well, so we got good at destabilizing, and then some people were brilliant at adjusting. And this guy's here, but he's showing off some of his moves. With 2 hands, you can make the tower really straight and balance it so it gets crazy high, even though it's very tipsy. That was pretty cool to see. The 3-step squeeze never successfully was done, but this is a photo before the first attempt. This is Gong. He did not succeed, but we sent this to his girlfriend and told him that he won the game. So stacking Jenga blocks really high is something that you do after you play, and Danger Jenga was no different. But in this case, it was so giant and dangerous that it was pretty humorous to straddle, while you're taking photos. And thank you, Tony, for that beautiful picture. I'm proud to report we've had about 4 months, just over, of injury-free Danger Jenga play. And, it's been a lot of fun. Thank you.